morning, it's 7 a.m. What you're seeing behind me is the city of Cairo. We are about to go to Alexandria. Where are we going?
We're going on a day trip from Cairo to Alexandria. I'm so excited.
Hello. Water. Banana.
Hi guys.
Morning.
Morning. Hi guys. Morning.
Babies, do we want a coffee right now or do we want on the highway to Alexandria?
On the highway.
1 now.
1 hour from now. Highway's good.
I don't know anything about Alexandria, so I'm excited. Are we gonna see the lighthouse? Where are we going?
Where are we going?
She doesn't know. Should we tell her where we're going?
I'm so excited.
And what are we doing right now?
Right now we're in the car. We're gonna drive about 2.5 hours from Cairo up to Alexandria, which is by the coast. We have an amazing tour guide Egyptologist with us. We're very much looking forward to like a day of full of history and learning and Roman, Hellenistic, Egyptian intersectionality.
Yeah, all of that.
Amazing. And who's in the car today?
Shift away!
Hello.
We have Chris.
And the Sleeping Beauty.
Our driver and guide. And yours truly. Supermarket.
Same everywhere in the world. Isn't that funny? We like our snacks the way we like it. End of story.
All right, we have our morning coffees, which means we might be waking up. Chris, are you waking up?
I'm always there.
Oh. Check in with Mitra and see how she's doing.
I'm great. I don't need coffee, but I'm good.
Our queen, Lisa, got some popcorn. We had some questionable popcorn yesterday, so we're gonna try this
I think
brand out.
these might be the right ones then. Let's try and see.
I think Fun Day might be it.
Yep. Regular popcorn.
Oh, good. We're almost there. We are in Alexandria. What's everyone's first impression? This is what Alexandria looks like. My first impression is that it's cool. So what did we just do for the last 2.5 hours? Well, we talked about veganism, we talked about zoos, we talked about animal welfare, and then if you weren't part of those conversations, you were sleeping.
So, and then they built major towns beside, including the capital. But Alexandria here was, like we can say, the capital for almost 1,000 years, and it was before the biggest. Now it became the second biggest capital or city in all over Egypt.
We're going to the catacombs in Alexandria. We are so excited to visit underground tunnels.
All right, this morning we started in Cairo here, and we just drove 2.5 hours to Alexandria, which is on the north coast. And where we're going this weekend is all the way down here to Aswan. So if you didn't already know this, it's kind of a common courtesy to tip the bathroom attendants all around Egypt. At the pyramids, at the Saqqara, here in Alexandria, there's an attendant waiting outside the bathroom. So it's just nice to always have smaller bills with you in order to tip them.
I'm sure I cover as much ground in Egypt as I possibly can to learn and understand this beautiful country as best as I can.
One of the catacombs we discovered here. Unfortunately, not much found there inside because of the moist in Alexandria. Trying to imitate exactly the ancient Egyptian symbols.
Have you learned anything new yet?
Smaller village.
Like what?
The itself, the origin of the city.
Yes. What did you learn so far?
I learned that you should bring a tip money when you use the restroom.
Like everywhere you find the face of a lady with the snakes comes out from hair. She is Medusa. You know Medusa?
Tomb that we're standing in right now.
The tomb started by the Greeks and also continued during the Roman time. There are other people had their own bodies there. So that tomb been used till almost like 600 AD.
600.
But after Christianity, everything changed. After Constantine, everything changed.
So we're all just standing around updating our followers where we are. Mitra look a little more like I'm excited to go in, a little less I'm on my phone. We're going down. I know that there's fans out there who are enjoying this.
We apologize for the unhinged content.
Wow. It's time to go clubbing.
If I go down there and you take a picture of me from that window, what do you think?
Sorry, I was distracted by clubbing. Yeah. Hi, BB.
It's a party.
Who's out tonight?
Yeah, let's do a video.
No.
Greeks. Can you tell?
So why would the Romans bury
Roman.
their dead underground?
Greeks.
Yeah, but the Romans come after the Greeks, and these are used all the way to Roman times.
Not the Romans themselves, the people who were living during the Roman time, or the Egyptians who were living during the Greeks, and Egyptians who were living during the Roman, who had their own tombs here. Sometimes they're here, but the majority are Greeks. That's why I found section for also Greeks. Even the owners down there of the tomb yard.
After you?
Sure. What you have here in the steps? Okay, thank you. 5 jars, two, and one in his hand. Anubis' hand. I mean the text itself. But you can see Isis, Nephthys, and Anubis himself with the body.
Elisa really likes bones. Elisa is dissolving right now.
Is the horse bones?
It's a horse bone. And
They're not human.
usually when a man dies.
Where are we now?
We are in the catacombs of Alexandria, who have been in use since the BC ancient Egyptian era. And then the Egyptians in the times of Hellenistic Greece, which is 4th century to 1st century BC, would still continue to use them. And then still the locals under the Roman era further continue to use them. So it's a beautiful mixture of all these different cultures clashing down here. It's really spacious, airy, big, very beautiful, all cut in limestone. It's amazing.
For being someone who hates being underground, I'm actually doing okay in here. It's very spacious. It's not very crowded. This is weirdly like a storage unit of dead bodies. This is really cool. No light.
Each one force fed for 1 or 2, maybe sometimes. Yani, 10 years ago, the whole area here was really flooded by water. Water used to reach the area here. So the whole area here were covered by water. There's like big blocks of stones in the ground. That's so the people can stand above it.
Elisa, which tomb would you pick?
Probably pick one of the ones down there because it's more quiet. I don't want people coming and going, you know.
I feel the same way. And like the ones over here are like a little too close to the bathrooms. This is a hostel, right?
Yeah.
That's how they reuse
Yeah.
it.
It's very cheap.
This was like such a cheap hostel.
You can stay forever.
Yeah, what was your impression?
That the, not limestone, sandstone, is really beautifully cut. It was amazing to see sculptural reliefs of Egyptian deities of the underworld, because normally we see them in a very classic ancient pharaonic way with very expensive type of painting. So this is more commoners type of tombs from old times. So it was a really cool way to see variety. But like I said earlier, I also love seeing the intersectionality of Egypt transitioning from pharaonic time into Hellenistic into Roman.
We are returning to the van, going to our next stop.
Sphinx from here. Okay, first. You can see the 2 sphinx.
There it is. Okay. Mitra is so good at just busting out her phone and communicating a full-on historical lesson in like that. Like she just never stutters. One take. The talent. Should this vlog get really dramatic? Mitra, Rome.
Also you find there's like a bath, a big huge bath for a shower for them, warming up the.
Yeah.
No? There were some layers between all of them.
Welcome to the Theater of Alexandria.
Ooh, what a beautiful day this is. So what are you standing on?
I'm standing in what is called the center. You hear my voice, so it gets amplified when I talk.
Okay.
So I am not actually raising my voice. It's the amplification is happening with the exact degree and angle that the stones are cut. There's a mathematic formula that the Romans learned from the Greeks, that when you would stand in a theater and you would sing and you would speak, it would amplify up the stairs in an undulatory motion so that people would hear me. So there's an echo here, so my voice sounds very deep and amplified, and so if I clap, there's an echo. Not as good for the Christian as north of Italy is. We have a city below Venice called Ravenna. You see it in Ravenna and you see it in Antioch. The only two places we know the full view. So, Alexandria, then it's President Cave Church, the big
Everywhere is on the same so that's designed to absorb the vibration. These beams inside there, if it moves or if it quits, the video will go forward.
Veteranin.
It's quite windy. Well, not
It's a little windy. Tiny.
I don't have any of the fish, so.
sure. So how does this work?
Drink a fish.
And then
We can use the library there to take a picture around the library or if you're going to check. So it's all about
Beautiful. Gemila.
So we just went into the Citadel. I didn't film that much because it was super, super windy and I didn't want to try and make the audio happen.
When we say windy, the flag was just on the
And
Citadel. It was so.
it was very, very crowded. Apparently all the students are out of school.
They are. It's school break in Egypt until February 18. Then they go back, and then they have another one in April 18. They come back after a week, I think it is. And then the end of semester, like the school year, is June 20, and then they go back in September.
Well, everyone was at the Citadel today, apparently. And so I didn't film too much in there. And luckily our guide was able to bypass the line. It was...
That's why you should get licensed tour guides. They can always get you to skip the lines on your private tours.
That was very convenient. So now, where are we?
We are at the famous Greek club in Alexandria, which is the place to go eat. It's Greek food, but it's all seafood. It's a mix of Greek food and Egyptian food. It's very cheap, so even though it looks like you are in some kind of really hot version of Santorini with this beautiful version of a Bay of Alexandria, the prices are so cheap. And look, how could you
Look
not
at
want
that.
to eat here?
It's beautiful. So we're just gonna kind of like plant our butts on these chairs and look at the view.
And eat all the good food.
What fish should we get?
Sea bass
Yes.
on the grill.
Check out this mango juice, you guys. This is one of my favorite things about Egypt. I am religious about this tropical goodness in a glass. With this view in the background, it's even better.
With your mask on your hand, even better.
Cheers to Alexandria. So if you look way out there, you'll see the Library of Alexandria. And we're just having a little conversation about that.
We are.
So can you just give us a little Cliff Notes version of what happened?
The ancient library of Alexandria was an incredible feat of humanity. The modern one is a beautiful example of modern architecture. The whole roof is made of glass, it's very airy, it's extraordinary. But the ancient library of Alexandria, every single book ever written was meant to have a specific copy made to be sent here. So it was gather the knowledge of the whole world in one singular setting. It gets destroyed by the Christians. Christians then also kill a lot of the, not just scientists and mathematicians, but the women scientists and mathematicians all congregating in this area, which was a huge center of learning and education and a cultural powerhouse in the ancient world, essentially. And this is much to do with the fact that the decision to legalize Christianity, but above all, then legalizing and giving prominence to the Catholics, Constantine's mother Helen was part of
Keep going.
priorities. Constantine's mother was part of what was considered an obscure cult in their time, aka Catholics. They were a minority, had a lot of conservative men in power, and they were really not about women, essentially. I don't know how to be diplomatic about this.
So they burned it down.
They burned it down and they destroyed it. It was one of the greatest tragedies of human history, to be honest with you. They destroyed it.
And
no,
to explain why they did that in one sentence, what would you say?
Christianity wanted to destroy paganism, destroy the pagan world, and start people off with ignorance, because the less educated you are, the easier you are to control. That's the very big cliff note, and now I know that all the hobby Wikipedia historians are going to come for me in the comments, but you asked for a cliff note, that's it.
She knows her stuff.
Greece, they call it something else.
So we ordered this.
I'm going in.
I'm trying.
Okay. That's your brand?
What do you think?
It's super good.
No, of Alexandria. Just stopped the record button on me.
I'm having a few more.
Who's gonna get the best shot? Me, the one you're watching.
Challenge.
Show us what you're eating.
I'm eating sea bass from the Mediterranean,
Which we are on right now.
which we are right now. Yes, in Alexandria, Egypt.
I'm better now.
So once we finish our lunch today, we're gonna continue our search for Cleopatra's tomb.
And by this, hire is apparently gonna go scuba diving.
Yeah, we haven't found it yet. I've been looking all day.
The reason I say he's gonna go scuba diving because there's been a huge buzz in the archaeological world for the last couple months, I think it is, that there may be a theory about Mark Antony and Cleopatra's tomb being located off the coast of Alexandria, sunken underwater, because they were given permission to be buried together after their deaths. But nobody honestly knows where their tombs could be. They obviously met their demise here at their end in Egypt, both of them. But their tombs have never officially been found with their bodies in them.
Well, is there a possibility it could be underneath the Greek club?
You will tell me after lunch when you come back up for air.
All right.
Probably this is good. This is good. So,
So the Colossus of Rhodes, for example, you would have seen it from miles away sailing towards Rhodes. And the closer you got, the bigger and bigger and bigger it gets. So what it means is that you're getting increasingly more intimidated as you're sailing towards this destination. Same thing with the lighthouse. It would look already big in a distance. The closer you come to it, it just keeps rising and rising, and you've never seen anything like before. The whole point is a visual impact that intimidate the person coming to you. So if you come with war in mind, they already want a visual reminder that we are mighty, we are powerful, we are fearless, and if we can build on the scale of the gods, then surely we must be gods themselves. I mean, and it worked, and it's just straight up, intimidation tactic.
Lisa got a bag.
How much was it? 200.
In pound? Wow. Handmade?
I think
Sensing some doubt from our guide on this aspect.
So tell me something.
I'm having a good hair day from the wind in Alexandria.
Tell me. Oh no. Oh no.
I made in Egypt, trust me, in Egypt, right? You're right. But that's not a handmade. That's a factory. That's because it's made in Egypt. That's it's made in a workshop. But it's really nice material.
It did not get verified.
It looks really nice. It's a pretty bag. It's
that
really
the
a
whole
pretty bag, and it was.
Yeah, of course you have to tell you.
That's really cool.
So who out there is still watching this, huh?
There the driver will leave us there. There's nice coffee shops close to the library.
بره في المكتبة بس هتخش من باب العموم.
So we're gonna do a party on here.
El Gazala.
Rice.
Here is the library. It's really cold. So we just got to the library and we're realizing that it kind of looks like a giant can opener. Or not a can opener, a can that's being opened.
Only with the girl.
So this is my energy level after mango juice. And what it was before is my energy before mango juice.
Go, Chris! Go! Go, guys!
Why is it raining right now? Like what? It's a little windy outside, so we went inside a coffee shop to get some dessert. The coffee shop is called Cilantro, but there's nothing cilantro about it. We are by the water to watch sunset. We are not sure if we're gonna get one. Will this be a flop?
short and next time I'm in Egypt, I want to come and spend much more time in Alexandria.
Well, we better go because we're missing out on all the laughter. But thanks for watching. Join us next time on our next World Adventure. What is going on? You thought this vlog was over? It is not.